Greetings everyone, Tarot from the Divine here with your light and shadows reading for July the 14th. If July the 14th is your birthday, happy birthday. And I don't think I've explained very well why I'm doing these readings. And they're not even really readings, they're more information as to your angels and your servants that you are assigned at birth. People are always talking about trying to get rid of their demons and all of that. Well, you will never get rid of them. But if I can give you their names and their characteristics, what type of challenges they might bring you throughout your life, then you can learn to recognize them as the challenges come up. Sometimes you can see it coming, and then you can learn how to deal with it. And if it gets to be too big, then you have your guardian to call upon, because they are in charge over your servant. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to do. This is kind of like a little tarot public service type of a deal. So if I can give you your moral and physical, I can't give you your soul because I don't know what time you were born, but I can give you your moral and your physical. That's 2 out of the 3. And you can learn to recognize your challenges as they come up, and then you can learn to deal with them and get around them or overcome them or whatever, and then they don't come up as often throughout your life because you're learning the lessons, you're learning how to deal with them in a positive way to move forward in your life. That's what this is about. This is about helping you move forward in your life and not being held back by these obstacles and lessons and everything else. Now, the guardians teach you lessons as well. Okay? So, and sometimes it seems like your guardian is the demon, but they're not. They're just teaching you a lesson. Life is a series of lessons. It's a series of decisions. It just is. That's what makes life life. And it's your choice to an extent as to what kind of a life you have. Now, some of these lessons are going to be harder than others. But again, these are to help you. It's not, just me droning on. It's to help you. So with that being said, let's get down to it for July the 14th. Okay? Now, I always start out with your moral guardians because your moral goes into your physical. Your moral is what you think, how you believe, how you decide, your decision-making process, how you process the information that you receive before you act on it. That's your morals. That makes up, what kind of a person you're going to be. So, your guardian is Sealia, and the god who stirs all men. And Sealia is represented by the 6 of Cups in the tarot. 6 is harmony and communication, or harmony in communication. Cups is emotions, relationships, and spiritual matters. So you definitely want to have harmony in your communication in these areas. You want to have it in all of your areas, but you want to have harmony and communication in these areas so that the emotions don't get mixed up and the relationships can stay, communication can stay open. And your spiritual matters, you can have open communication with whoever it is you communicate with spiritually. The lesson is motivation. So Celia will, try to keep you motivated, keep you, get you to stay on top of things. Sometimes we don't have motivation. I know I don't sometimes. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, doesn't have to be. Those born under Sealea will love to learn and will have many resources and facilities. Sealea will confound the wicked and the proud while exalting the humiliated and fallen, and governs vegetation. Okay? And the Six of Cups is harmony, childhood, or old friends. So it's things from the past. Reconciliation, happy memories, reminiscing back to your roots. Okay, in the reverse, when things aren't going well, or in the shadow side, nostalgia means you could be getting stuck in the past, giving too much positivity to certain past events, and let the memories rest and can be stuck in the past. So, the past is a good thing, and bringing it forward into the present sometimes is a good thing and sometimes it's not. If it was a bad experience for you, why do you keep bringing it forward? Let it rest and just move forward. Find some type of closure with it and then let it rest and move forward in a positive way. The servant, or the challenge, or the shadow, is vine, represented by the strength card in the tarot. Is management and endurance. His challenge is extreme opposites or opposing factions. So it's always going to be this or that. It's always going to be, with this one, it's always going to be, well, do I do good and, I get this reward, or do I do not so good or worse and I still get a reward, and I might get a bigger reward than if I do the good, but in the long run, if I get caught, what is the consequence? Okay? So you need to learn the consequence, and you need to learn to make your choices, and it's think things through. He builds towers or destroys stone walls, causes rough waters, and finds witches. And strength is patience and tension, or patience in tension, and intended patience. See how that works? Compassion, and to be in control. Fortitude, force, strength of character, leadership, resilience, recovery from illness, break bad habits. And with strength you can discover your higher purpose. Now, Vine here is going to try and take your strength from you, and he's going to give you weakness of will, which is Sealea's motivation, okay, the lesson of motivation. Well, he's going to try and give you weakness of will so that you're not motivated. You don't think you can do it. Avoidance, holding back your personal growth. That's what he's going to try and do. So that's your morals. So, you got to think things through and think, well, if I go ahead and get it done, which is the motivation part, then I won't have to worry about it later on, which is the consequence part, because as you know, everything just gets bigger and harder the longer you let it sit. Now, the physical side is Haheuya, which corresponds to the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is youthful, not young like a child, that would be a page, but youthful like a teenager, early 20s, early to mid 20s. They have spirit, they have energy, and it's about goals, creativity, and passions. And it's about protection. Okay? So you can be motivated to protect, or you can be unmotivated and avoid protecting. Prevents discovery of secret crimes and saves exiles. Those born under Hahauya will love truth and the sciences and will be sincere in their words and actions. Hahauya obtains grace and mercy from God and protects from animals and assassins. That all sounds well and good. You can ask this angel or guardian to protect, to hide your crime. Well, okay, but in the end, we've got Nibiris, who is criminal enterprises, which it kind of sounds like these two work in collusion, but he teaches arts, sciences, and rhetoric, restores lost honors and dignities, takes honor and dignity from others. Okay, and he's represented by the Seven of Pentacles, and it's self-reflection and knowledge, and it's money, material possessions, career, and health. Okay? So yeah, you might get criminal enterprises, and you might be able to get your guardian to prevent the discovery of your criminal enterprises. But in the end, you've got as you get older, even though your guardian has youthful spirit and energy, you may not. And the Knight of Rods is typically charming, self-confident, adventurous, but in the reverse can be superficial, cocky, restless, and hot-tempered. Okay, events could speed up, get out of your little control zone there. Blocks can be removed. You might be successful at writing, and you're innovative. But in the reverse, you might have a creative block. You might have miscommunication, delays, lack of progress. You might be egotistical and insincere. And that would be the lesson that Hahauya would teach you with the protection. Yeah, you might get the protection, but look at everything that you're going to give up. And then the little criminal guy over here, Nibiris, with his criminal enterprises. Yeah, you'll work hard and you'll have a potential for success. And you're supposed to save 6 coins and use the 7th coin. That's your disposable income. So in the positive, or in the upright, you've got endeavor, hard work pays off, focus on goals. In the reverse, you've got procrastination, slow or no progress, missed opportunities, and anxiety over your finances because it's a criminal enterprise and you might get caught. And then you really do lose everything. So anyway, that's what you're going to be dealing with throughout your life. And, you can take it as it is. Just learn to deal with it. Learn to recognize the temptation when it comes up. And learn to deal with the temptation as it comes up. And make the decision and think things through. So anyway, that's your lights and shadows for today. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit your notification bell so you know when I upload. And hey, until next time, have a great day.